about sexual abuse in terms of rape and sodomy, but that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to also speak for the less heard in the world of sexual abuse, men who have been sexually abused by women and women who have been sexually abused by other women. Almost gave up on making this video. I almost apologized for making this video, but I thought that if I don't talk about these things, if we don't talk about these things, then nobody else may be willing to talk about them. Hi awesome people, Joy Phoebe here, and welcome back to the Fly Me YouTube channel. Today, I finally get to talk about something that I've been keeping to myself for a very long time. It hasn't been easy, especially as an African, putting myself here to talk about things that not so many people are willing to talk about. Before we begin, I noticed there are a lot of new people, and I would just like to say welcome to my channel. I'm so excited to have you here. This is a sensitive video, so please don't run away, because sometimes we talk about sensitive things, but that's the whole point. The whole point of this channel is to share the knowledge and wisdom that I have gained throughout my life. So at least if it helps somebody, then that's a good thing. And for those who have been with me all along, thank you for staying, thank you for always being here. So let's start with the reasons why I'm even doing this. Why am I making this video? Reason number one is this. 1 in 10 of us has been sexually defiled before the age of 18, and if it happened to you as a kid, chances are that you probably may not be remembering that it happened to you, or you think that it's not worth dealing with. Reason number 2, we've all heard about the child pregnancies during this pandemic season, and as much as we may not want to accept it, most of those cases were rape cases, and not to even mention the cases that are unheard of boys that are being sexually assaulted. Reason number 3, if you've been watching my videos since I started, you probably know what happened to me as a child. So all the things that I'm just about to say in this video are things that I wish somebody would have come and told me at the time that I was still suffering emotionally because of what happened to me as a kid. To be frank, I still have another disclaimer. I put this video in the adult section, so please don't cringe to the words that I'm just about to say, but my disclaimer is this. If you think that talking about sex or sexual arousal is 1, a taboo, 2, something that Christians like me shouldn't talk about, 3, something that people my age shouldn't be talking about, or 4, something that I shouldn't even open my mouth to talk about, then I'm really sorry, but this video is not for you. You're welcome to watch all my other videos, especially the peaceful ones, but just not this one. Siko baya, I don't mean it in a bad way, but to save you the agony of having to listen to me speak about things that you don't agree with. I really hope that's okay with you. So with that being said, we can start the video. This video is going to be a deep dive into the world of sexual abuse. And I'm not here to talk about things that we already know, like the depression, the anxiety, the suicidal thoughts. What I'm going to talk about is nothing in the surface, nothing about the general, but the real reasons why people actually stay silent when they get sexually abused or sexually assaulted. Your body will betray you and you will think that it's your fault. When it's cold, you tend to shiver or sneeze if you didn't have a sweater on. When you're tired, you're hungry, or you're bored, you will tend to yawn. Our bodies respond to stimuli in ways that even us cannot understand. And so, when a sexual stimuli is introduced to your body, you may get sexually aroused. This just has to do with the way our brain works. Something to do with the sympathetic nerve that causes anxiety, and anxiety and fear may cause sexual arousal. This is very confusing whether you're an adult or a child, because this very act is something that was forced on you, but your body decides that it's just going to play along with that thing that you do not want. It's possible for one to get very disgusted with themselves because this very act was involuntary. And I understand that most cases the perpetrators will make the victim feel guilty about it by telling them that they wanted it or that they enjoyed it. And in other cases, the victim themselves may end up thinking that they wanted it or they enjoyed it, when in fact that was not the case. Whatever happened was involuntary. So I'm just here today to tell someone who may have felt guilt, shame, embarrassment, or frustration for what happened to them I'm just here to tell them that it's not their fault. For any sexual activity to occur, both parties must have consented. One person says yes, the other person says yes. So if all that somebody did was to force themselves on you, it is sexual assault and it is wrong. Being sexually aroused was not your fault in any kind of way. I just need you to understand that. Reason number 2, picture yourself somewhere where there are many trees and you're having a nature walk and you're enjoying yourself, but all of a sudden you meet a snake. So what happens is that your brain will register that there's a danger there, and it will react in one of those 3 ways. You will fight, you will flee, or you will freeze. You might fight the snake with all that you have. Adrenaline may take over and you will run away as fast as you can, or your body may just go into a shock mode and you will freeze, not really knowing what to do. I remember as a young girl, I was a girl guide. These are like Girl Scouts, and we were being taught about how to handle rape. If you ever find yourself in an isolated place with a stranger and there's no way that you can shout for help, there's no way that you can scream for somebody to help you out, then just pretend that you're playing along with them, and before anything happens, at the right moment, men have their weak points, which she said was down there. So at the right moment, seize the opportunity, scratch that thing, bite that thing, hit that thing, do whatever you can in order to weaken that man and run away as fast as you can. And you know, we were young kids and we laughed. We walked out of that class knowing that if somebody tries to mess up with us, we're definitely ready for any stranger who wants to attack us or wants to mess up with us. Well, that was fun, that was great, but the sad thing is this. In reality, nobody ever really knows how they will react to danger. Nobody really knows whether they will fight, flee, or whether they will freeze at the face of danger. And it's funny how we tend to believe this myth that perpetrators are strangers. Statistics show clearly that 80% of adults who have been sexually assaulted know their perpetrator, while 90% of children who have been sexually assaulted know their perpetrator. So it's always that person that you know, the dad, the mom, the aunt, the uncle, the cousin, step brothers, family friends. So that's what makes the whole tango in this. Number 1, it's someone that you know. Number 2, you don't know how you will react. So tell me, at what point will a young boy who finds themselves isolated with their aunt, whom they have always trusted, whom they have always felt safe around, at what point does this young boy's brain turn to register that this person who depicts the picture of trust and safety suddenly is not those 2 exact things? And that's why so many people who are sexually assaulted end up in the freeze mode. All of a sudden, the brain gets to a shock mode, and for some time, it's as though the brain travels to a faraway place and it feels like you're floating. It's like you're not even in the moment. You may even get unconscious, and by the time you come back to your senses, just like that, in a snap, your entire life has changed in a few minutes. And so after this, a lot of people may blame themselves and think, why did I not do something? Why did I not say no? Why did I not even act? Why did I not fight? Why did I not flee? But that's why I'm here, to tell somebody who is listening to me on the other side that it was never your fault. We are not in control of how our brains react to danger, especially when the danger was so unexpected and it was brought forth by somebody we really trusted. No one should be blamed for not reacting by running away or not fighting. There's nothing that you could have done to tell the brain to react otherwise. So again, the perpetrators who use this freeze mode to just tell the victims that it was their fault. After all, they never said no. After all, they never fought. After all, they never ran away. And even if you tried to run away, even if you tried to fight, but maybe the person was stronger than you, or maybe the person threatened you, coerced you, whatever they did in order to force you, as long as you did not consent to it, it falls under sexual assault. The third reason why people stay quiet about being sexually abused is because